Good morning, guys. This is my second attempt at correcting what was a lengthier video than I had anticipated prior. YouTube cuts me off at 15 minutes currently. It went 16, it wouldn't take it. So I'm going to try and do this again. And the topic of this is different betting strategies, what works, what doesn't, and how to proceed if you're of one or the other school. Spanky coined the phrase top down and bottom up betting, and now everyone uses it. And it makes a lot of sense the way he termed them. Bottom up is a handicapper, and at this point, I'm an old school handicapper. It doesn't work anymore. It does not work anymore. I'm the first to admit it. Admit defeat as far as handicapping is concerned. You need a sophisticated model, and it needs to be updated every day to stay up with this market and have a profitable output. And the model's only as good as the information you put in. And I have something being worked on. It's a way in the offing, so I'm not going to get into it now, but something to keep in the back of your head. All right, let's talk top down. Top down is in its most basic form. A game opens 3, you bet a fave -3 goes to 5. You have a good bet, a real good bet. 2-point CLV will get you between 55 and 56% over time. Over time. So if you're beating a number by a half a point, that's negative EV. You need at least a point to be slightly profitable. A point and a half is good. 2 points is real good. 2.5 is great. 3 is obvious. November. This is not November and December. You're not going to see 2-3 point moves. Rarely, if ever. Now, in November and December, there were boatloads every day. It's just a different beast. This is crunch time. This is tournament time approaching, and it's just a different style of ball being played. The team you saw in November is not the team now. This team you saw in December is not the same team you're seeing now. With that being said, let's just take one. This is St. John's Villanova game, I believe. Hold on, let me scroll up to the top of this line history real quick. Yeah, St. John's Villanova. This is Bet Online. They opened yesterday at 1.5. Okay, let's just go. And if you look from the 1.5, they went to 3.5 to 4. Then it was all dog money. Okay. So with that knowledge and knowing key numbers 3, 4, 5, 7, and 10, 9 to a lesser degree in college basketball, you have to assume that 4 is the top of that game in that market. Now this game is done. I'm surprised some guys took 2.5, but now they're laying 2, which is understandable. If this game ever got back to even 3.5, I'd bet Villanova. 4 would be a no-brainer. So for the guys that took 4, they have 2 points CLV, which is all they're looking for, which is a monster. And if you do that consistently, you will win. There's no doubt about it. It's not going to be next week or next month, maybe, or tomorrow or the day after, but you will win over time, and you'll win at a 55+% clip. Let's forget about Fantasy Island, 60%, 70%, and you can ask people that you trust more than me, maybe. Ask them if they hit 60%, and they'll tell you no, it's impossible. They're not looking to hit 60%. They're looking for consistent returns over a large swath of bets. They don't look at teams. They don't look at, they have injury information, obviously, but they bet and they move on. They don't, what's going to happen? They make a bet and they move on to the next game. Totals work the same way. This time of year, if you can get a 1.5, it's great. That's great. You'll win. You'll win over time. But if you can figure out, and this is the game, this is the deal in a nutshell. Where the line opened, where it went, and where it's going. The first two are easy. The third one, not so much. If you can put that together, then you can win. Wait a minute, 5 minutes. I just got to make sure I don't go over here because I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing it as much as I want to. Every sport works the same way. Soccer to a different degree. Let's just stick with college basketball for now. Soccer's another monster that there's other forces at play there that fly under the radar. It's big, big, big money. And they sneak in. That's more of a, what happens in soccer 5 minutes before they kick off. That's where they'll show their hand for real. Or sometimes a half hour, Keep an eye on that. And if you sense a directional bet, whether that be sides or totals, that's real bets. Those are real bets. They're not playing around. They're betting big money on this stuff, more so than college basketball. The groups that bet soccer are global in reach and deep pockets. And, for them to move, their parameters are a lot less than college basketball and the NBA. And you're not going to see that kind of movement. But you will see, on the money line, you'll see movement. And certainly, if you see a soccer total and it's 2.5, and it goes to 2.5 gets chopped. Or on the Asian, if it goes from 2.5, 2.5 to 2.25, some of them run. 2.25 is 2.5. I'm sorry. If it goes to 2, then there's money on the under for sure, because they don't want to do that, because now they expose themselves at 2. They expose themselves to over bets as well. 2 is a key number in most leagues. Better, when you see a team like PSG, teams like that, Leeds, and others, 3 becomes the number. So just put that out there. But college basketball, the line history will tell you, if you can break down the line history, well, here's where it started, here's where it went, and here's where it is. That'll tell you a lot. And that's the better way, not the best way. There's a million ways to do this. But for me, that's the way I like to, if I'm going to top down bet, that's the way I'll do it. And again, don't look for a lot of 2 and 3 point moves. You're not going to find them. Over the most part, for the most part, you're not going to find big moves like that this time of year. If you can get 1.5 points, you're doing really well this time of year. So keep that in mind. Let me get this out so you can watch it and take from it what you will. Use it to your advantage. And I'm not betting anything now. I may not bet today at all. I want to watch this because I haven't done this in a while. I've been handicapping, and that clearly doesn't work. So I'm going to nail this down. Tomorrow I'll be ready to go. Maybe tonight. If there's something that I see that's getting set up, I'll make a bet tonight, because these markets, you'll see very little. You're not going to see this board light up anymore. That's not the screen light up anymore. That's not going to happen. That's not this time of year. You'll see a few games getting worked. These numbers are a lot tighter than they are, a month ago. Even 2 weeks ago, they're better than they were now. This Cleveland State Robert Morris game is another one. Opened, let's see what Pinnacle, 4-1 is up to 5. Opened yesterday at 4.5 down to 4 to 3.5. Back to 4, 4.5, 5. 5 is the top of this game. If you can get a 5 on Robert Morris, this is a number bookmakers want to protect. I'm surprised they went to 5. They must have just got overwhelmed with bets. You'll see FanDuel's at 4.5 minus 18, which is 5 in essence with the price. Everybody else, Superbook 4.5 minus 9, Heritage 4.5, 14, STS 4.5 minus 14. All the rest are at 5. I would bet the plus 5 if I believe in what I'm saying, which I do. The plus 5 would be a bet for me. You're going to pay juice. It's going to be pretty deep juice on that, maybe 15, 20 cents. And that's the way I look at it, as a top-down better, or in essence, a top-down better. That's the way you look at that. I hope that helps somebody. Watch this video, take from it what you will, use what you can. And when I see something, it'll be later on. I got a lot of stuff I'm working on today. So this will be anything I bet will be posted later on. I'll probably maybe bet some of this stuff closer to the close. I'll take a look at soccer, see what's there, and then I'll get back when I find something. All right, guys. You have a good day and best of luck.